Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So I'm a little bit devo. I had organised a video for this week. I went home a couple of weekends ago and me and mum filmed a video where I did her makeup and we did some mother-daughter tag questions and it was the funniest video ever. And as I was going back to edit it, I realised the wind had just completely messed up the audio, so I couldn't use it. And then I had planned another video where I had decided I was going to do a vlog for the weekend, but then some unforeseen circumstances that come up and I didn't do the things that I was going to do on that weekend. So now we are going to recreate the most recent look that I did on my Instagram page. If you haven't seen that, go and check out my Instagram page. Link will be down in the bio. Go and check that out so that you know what I'm talking about. But today we're going to be recreating that look, so if you are interested in seeing that, then stick around. Okay, so I just primed my face. As you can see, it's all shiny and nasty. For this look, pause. Right, because we're doing winged eyeliner and I'm an absolute imbecile, that's the word I want to go with, we're going to start with foundation, because otherwise I'll mess up my winged liner when I do my concealer and foundation. So I have already primed, just taking the hourglass stick. With this, got to really make sure you don't put too much on. That's what I did. I thought it was like gross and cakey, but turns out I'd put way too much on. So then with this, you will not be able to use a beauty blender with it because it's too thick. So you just need like a really dense brush and just blending that all out. Just making sure to blend that into your hairline, over your ears and down your neck. If you need a little more, just go in with a couple more stripes. Okay, now that's all blended, we're going to go in with concealer. I'm sneeze. Nope, went away. Okay, so we're just going to make a triangle under the eyes. I don't like to use too much, she says as she literally packs it on, because my under eyes crease really badly. And I'm yet to find a... Oh my god. Just stop. I'm yet to find a really good setting powder to stop that. If anyone has any suggestions for setting powder that's good, or even different concealers that's good for under eye creasing, hit me up, because your girl needs a little help. So just blending that out in like patting motions, being sure not to drag too much because it will move around your foundation, and any excess you have I like to bring up over the eyes just so that we don't have to put as much on when we prime our lids. Make sure you really blend it out completely so you don't have any harsh lines between your concealer, because this is quite a significant amount lighter than my foundation. You don't want to have a harsh line there. Just going to go in and set that super quick because I'm already creasing. And I just grab like a domed brush and just really set that. And then we're just going to grab a big ass fluffy brush and just lightly set the rest of the face. We will come back to the rest of my face at a later date, but now we're going to move on to eyes. So for eyes, I'm going to be using a mixture of the Morphe 15H palette and the Morphe 25D palette. So I'm going to just start by putting a little bit of that same powder over my lids, just because I do have a little bit of foundation on them. So we just want that to be set and no creasing. Okay. Then we are going to go in with a big fluffy brush. And I'm going to take this shade from the 25D palette. We're just going to start with that one up really quite high. And just using windshield wiper motions just to get a nice transition there. Depending on your eye shape, I like to flare mine out quite a bit because that's what flatters my eye shape the most. Okay, there we have our transition shade. Okay, I'm going to take this shade here from the 25D palette and just on a brush that probably needs to be cleaned, I'm just going to put that a little bit further down, closer to the crease, just again to add more depth. And you're just using the same windshield wiper motions just to blend that in. Okay, and then on the same brush, we're going to take the orange shade out of this palette and just do the exact same thing but in the crease. Now we're going to take a smaller brush, so I'm going to go with this brush here, which is a more detailed blending brush. Then I'm going to take this shade right here from the 25D palette. And what we're going to do with that is we're just going to start packing it on the outer corner and bring it up into our crease. But being sure not to bring it up too high that we lose all those shades that we've just put in. So this is a really slow process. It's just packing, blending, packing, blending. And you also want it right in your inner corner. But I'm going to take a different brush for that one, so we're not too messy. We're going to take a flat synthetic brush for that one, just a packing brush. And pack that on the inside and then blend it out. Blend that nicer without really messing up. We're taking a smaller blending brush and just blending over that edge there between the yellowy shades and the red shades. So it's really nice and seamless. Okay, and again, packing and blending. Okay, I'm just going to go and do the exact same thing to the other eye and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we've got that shade on, we're going to go for this shade now. And we're going to do the exact same thing, essentially. We're just building up those colours slowly to get a really nice gradual blend. Okay, now for the fun part. So I know you can see we've lost some of this yellow colour up here, with the orange colours. We're going to go in at the end and like kind of blend it back out with them, so don't worry too much. Now we're going in with this shade here from the 25D palette. And we're doing essentially the exact same thing, but with this brush here. But being a little bit more careful to kind of shape it through the crease. So we're going to bring it up a little bit higher than the crease. And we're really going to blend it in that and pack it in that outer and inner corners. You guys are probably like, what was the actual point of all those red shades? Trust me, it serves a purpose underneath it. So that's pretty much as we're going to pack on there. We're going to blend it out with the other shades after. We're just going to go and do the exact same thing to the other eye. So you can see we have kind of harsh edges here. What we're going to do is we're going to take the shade that we had those two red colours on and just blend that over the top of that to really blend that out. And then we're going to go in with the brush that we had the orange shades on, and we're going to take a mixture of that shade and that shade and bring that right up just to get that gradient back in there. I have quite small eyes, so I like to bring my eyeshadow like right up to the brow bone, just because it makes my eyes look like they're bigger than what they are. Alright, we're going to take a smaller blending brush and just really make sure that's all blended in there. So I feel like personally for me, I'm going to go in with a darker shade, which last time I used the shade Last Call from the 15H palette. And I'm going to do near on the same thing I was doing with that burgundy shade. Just packing it on the inner corner and outer corner though. And just bring it a tiny weeny bit up into the crease, but not too much. Just taking a really precise blending brush and just slightly bending that out. We don't want it to come up too high. Perfect. Alright, I'm just going to clean up around my eyes and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to, because usually you would have left to kind of have a space in there, but the blending sometimes doesn't work out that way. We're going to carve that out with a little bit of concealer. So we're doing a halo eye. So you just want to not take that much, and you just really want to get in the middle. Okay, don't worry about it being too opaque because it's just to get a bit of a base down for your shadows. So we're just going to go and do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, perfect. We're not going to set them because it makes the eyeshadow stick better if it's a little bit sticky. So I'm going to take, for starters, I'm going to take this colour Hot Spot. So that colour Hot Spot, and then mix it with the colour down here called Talk Trash. I love that shade name. And we are going to take those two on, excuse my chair, the same brush that we use the concealer for. Start with putting Hot Spot down first. Oh my god, that's so stunning. I'm going to bring you guys up closer so you can really see it. So don't worry about blending at the moment. We will blend once we put the shadow down and take away those really harsh edges. Okay, now over the top of that we're going to put the Talk Trash colour, which is like a more true gold. And then what we're going to do with the same brush that's still got that little bit on there, we're just going to go like that and really gently fluff over the edges. Be careful not to do what I just did, which is blend too close on that inside, because then you lose the halo effect. So now I've got to go back and pack back in there, but that's okay. So there we have the eyes done. I'm just going to go off camera and quickly do some eyeliner, because otherwise we'll be here for 20 hours watching me do eyeliner, and then we'll be back to do under my eyes. That literally just took all of my brain cells. Okay, quite honestly, half an hour later, we have some very mediocre winged eyeliner on. I get days where my winged eyeliner, actually that's a lie, I get like a day every like 17 and 3/4 years that my eyeliner is decent, and today is not one of them. So I'm going to quickly do my under eye shadow so that I can put on mascara to distract you all from these shocking eyeliner. So I'm going to go in with that very first shade we used from the 25D palette, this one up here, on, not that brush, on this little brush here, and just run that all along my lower lash line. Ugh. Sorry. Then we're going to mix this shade with the first red shade we used. And just do the same, but a little bit closer to the lash line. Then we're going to grab this little brush and we're going to grab the darkest shade from that palette and just put that right up on our lash line. Okay, something that I didn't do last time that I think I'm going to do this time is waterline eyeliner. So I'm just going to, yes, tug on my eyelid and just run that. It's warmed up on the back of my hair first. Same on the other side. Okay, and then we're just going to go on to mascara. So I'm going to curl my lashes first. How rude. I knew you were coming. Jacob's here.
What's up? Lemons.
What about him?
Do we have anything?
We got lemon juice.
Where?
In the fridge.
Rosie. You bought some?
It's been there for ages.
The one I chucked in the bin?
Oh well, that's the problem. No lemon juice then.
Yeah, that'll be alright.
Eyes are done. Put my shoelace back up. Alright, let's do my eyebrows. So that's the brows done. The shadows are making me think that my contour's not my contour. Are making me think my concealer's patchy, but it probably actually is. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Okay, so we're just going to take the kind of bronzy shade. It's a bit more cool tone than what I'd usually use. From the middle of this designer brands. And we're just going to take that. Holy dooly. I'm going to tap that off. That is so powdery. And we're just going to take that and lightly contour / bronze with lightly. I'm going to what am I even saying? We're going to go in with blush. And this is really pigmented. I learned that the hard way last time. And now before highlight, I will spray with my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I love that shit. And then before that dries, we will grab, I like this brush for highlighting, and I'll take this highlight here and just highlight my cheekbones. I'm already really shiny at the moment because I have a lot of lights on me and it's really hot. And I'm sweating a little bit. If you enjoyed this video or found it informative, or you just liked watching me up my eyeliner, please give this video a big thumbs up. It means a lot to me to see all the support from you guys. Leave a comment down below and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys.